Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Right, today I'm talking about EV charging points. I know it's a little bit controversial, so I've been reading some of the discussions on Facebook and stuff, and whether we should be using electric vehicle charging points to charge our vans. But I'm not charging the van. I'm going to charge an EcoFlow or my power bank. Not actually, they're all powers, not the EcoFlow. But what I've done is I've gone on Amazon and I've purchased one of these, and this is an adapter which you can plug into the electric vehicle charging point, which is the one behind me, and then turns it into a three-pin plug. So we're going to try this out, see what it's like. If it's any good, I'll let you know. I will say this: I don't think it's a good idea to pull up your motorhome to an electric charging point and plug your motorhome in and sit there for hours on end. I think that's not cool. I think if you can find one that's like the one here, there's no one here, it's quite quiet, and nobody's using them, and you want to charge up a power bank, I think that's acceptable. Obviously people will disagree with me, some people will agree with me, but it is what it is. And I think in an emergency, this could be a game changer. So we're going to give it a go, see if it works. Here we go. So I'm using PodPoint. It's an app, you just put some money on. I haven't done this before. T-Bone's an expert on this because this is her electric car. So I'm going to use obviously the adapter, and I've got an extension lead and the power bank. There you go, it's in there, extension lead, and we're charging up. Obviously my extension lead isn't long enough, but it is actually working. It is charging. So there you go. We'll charge this up and see how much it costs. So I've just reversed the car up, put it in the boot there, just so it looks a bit better for people passing by. This is a 7 kilowatt charger. I wouldn't advise probably using anything bigger than a 7 kilowatt, but it'll only charge anyway as quick as the unit itself will allow. So at the moment it's charging at 400 watts. That will go up once it gets to about 10%. That should go up to 1500 watts, but we'll see what happens. It's telling me it's got an hour to go, but I'm probably not going to stand here for an hour. I don't know, we'll see. So basically what this is a Type 2 EV charger to a 3-pin socket. If you want to Google it, you can probably find different ones. You can find ones that actually are on the end of an extension lead as well, which might be a little better than doing it this way. This is 51p a kilowatt on this particular one, and this being just over a kilowatt. I should imagine it would cost about 60p to charge up, I would have thought. Okay, so we're now a couple of days later. There was a problem. It was working fine, charging up and all of that, no problem. The problem was when I went to take the plug out, so I unplugged the power station and everything, and it wouldn't let me have the plug back because it locks in, and it didn't recognise that it wasn't a car. So I think what happens is you unplug your car and then it recognises you've unplugged your car, and then it releases the lead. Some kind of safety feature. There was nothing on the app to tell it to stop charging. I was there for about an hour trying to figure this out. There's no emergency stop buttons or anything. Eventually did figure out a way of doing it, but I won't tell you that because I'll probably get in trouble. So there is a modification you can do to this plug, and I'll explain. Now, if you look at the end of the plug, you have these little sort of like holes, if you like, and that is where the locking pins go into. There's 3 of them as you go round the end of the plug, and what you need to do is simply cut those out. Don't look at my hash job. You could probably do a better job of it than that. I know with the PodPoint you cannot stop the charge any way. There's no way of stopping the charge on them 7 kilowatt ones. So we did this, went back the next day to a Tesco one, another 7 kilowatt PodPoint. I took the EcoFlow this time, plugged it in, charged it up, not an issue. Unplugged it, not an issue because it didn't lock in, right? Everything's fine, everything worked fine. Charged it up to 80% in the normal 45 minutes, and it cost 44p. Brilliant. What I will say is, if you're using the PodPoint, I haven't tried any other companies, but with the PodPoint, I use PodPoint because you don't have to have like a large amount in your bank. Some of them you need like money in your bank, otherwise they won't let you do it. This one, it's a bit like Spotless Wall, where you just add money to your account. I think the minimum's a tenner, and then you can just go and use it. Like I said, to charge up the EcoFlow, it probably would have been, to 100%, probably 55p, 60p, something like that. So it's not too bad, like I said, in an emergency. So what I will say is, when you unplug it, it will take a few minutes for it to stop, to register that it's been unplugged. So just to bear that in mind, so don't panic. There's two things you can do. It will ask you to confirm the charge. If you confirm the charge, it will just keep charging until you unplug it, and then a couple of minutes after you unplug it, it will cease. You know, it will know. It's not charging you for anything once you've unplugged it, of course. Or you can not confirm the charge, and I think it was every 5 or 6 minutes or so, it would stop, and then you just unplug it and plug it back in. That way you know it's not going to lock in. But if you do this modification to these plugs, then you'll be fine. So that's twice I've used it. Twice it's been golden, no problem at all. Obviously there are more expensive ones if you just want to go and get a really good one. But this is the cheapest way I found that you can do it. I hope it's helpful for you. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. God bless you. Till the next time.